warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Razzi bin Burhani. Today I will present my slide lah, which is the title is Instrument of Trade Policy and Government Intervention in Free Trade Policies Japan. Okay, next. Okay, for the first slide is introduction. Okay, for introduction is Japan's free trade policy focus on promoting open market and global integration through bilateral and multilateral agreement like the CPTPP and Japan EU Economic Partnership Agreement. It supports the World Trade Organization effort to reduce global trade barriers, emphasize regional economic cooperation in the Asia Pacific, and advocates for efficient trade practices. Japan also worked to liberalize agricultural trade while protecting sensitive sectors. Overall, its policy aimed to boost economic growth, secure market access, and foster international partnership. Next slide. Okay, for the next slide is analysis of trade policies instrument. Okay, first point is tariff. Okay, for the tariff is general structure. Japan has relatively low tariff, especially compared to other economies such as the United States or European Union. As of recent years, the average tariff rate is around 2 until 3%. However, Japan maintained higher tariff in certain sectors to protect domestic industries. Okay, for the second point is subsidies and support for domestic industry. Okay, for this agricultural subsidies, Japan provides significant support to its agricultural sector through direct subsidies and price supports and maintaining domestic production and protecting farmers from international price fluctuation. Okay, for the third point is free trade agreement (FTA) and economic partnership. Okay, for this bilateral and regional FTA, Japan has pursued a strategy of signing free trade agreement, which is FTA, and economic partnership agreement (EPA) with numerous countries and regions. Some notable FTA include agreement with the EU and the US, Australia, and country in Asia. Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Japan's economic partnership agreement often focus on tariff reduction, trade facilitation, and regulatory cooperation. Okay, for the uh, last point for analysis of trade policy instrument is currency and exchange rate policies. Currency interventions. Japan has a core occasionally intervene in foreign exchange market to manage the value of the yen, especially during period of excessive yen appreciation. A strong yen can harm Japan's export-driven economy by making Japanese goods more expensive abroad. Okay, next slide. Okay, for the impact of government, Japan free trade policy have contributed significantly to its economic prosperity, technology leadership, and regional influence. However, they have also presented challenges, particularly for its agricultural sector and labor markets. Overall, Japan has successfully leveraged trade liberalization to enhance its global competitiveness, but the government must continue to manage the economic adjustment and challenges posed by free trade, especially in sector that face stiffer competition from abroad. Okay, next slide. Okay, for the next slide is implication. Okay, for the implication, for the first point is economic growth and efficiency. Access to the global market, free trade agreement (FTA) and economic partnerships such as the Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership (CPTPP) provide Japan's businesses with expanded access to global markets. This access allows Japanese companies to scale up exports, particularly at advanced technology, automotive machinery, and consumer goods sectors. Okay, next is Impact on domestic industries. Okay, for this agriculture, one of the most sensitive sector in Japan's trade policy is agricultural. Japan's free trade agreement typically involve reducing tariff on agricultural products like rice, beef, and dairy. However, domestic farms face tough competition from foreign import, which is undermine local agriculture unless supported by government subsidies or protection. Okay, for the last four implication is trade partnership and geopolitical influence. Okay, bilateral relations. Japan emphasizes on FTA with individual countries such as the Japan United States (FTAs) solidifies its trade relationship and allow it to address specific concerns or opportunities unique to each trading partners. Okay, next slide. Okay, for the last of my slide is recommendations. Okay, for this, for the recommendation for this country is Japan's free trade policy should focus on expanding regional agreement like CPTPP and RCEP, advocating for multilateral reform at the WTO, and promoting digital and green trade innovations. It should work to liberalize agricultural and industrial goods, streamline trade facilitation, and support SME and workforce training. Japan should diversify trade partnership, strengthen EU ties, and attract foreign investment through streamlined policies. Additionally, it should address geopolitical challenges, promote exclusivity in trade agreements, and ensure social protection for vulnerable sectors. Okay, next. Okay, I think that's all from my slide, and thank you.